just had my shit together. Fuck every dick. Oh, hi. Give me a second here. Smoke some tobacco. It's good tobacco. It's not time to make a change. Just relax and take it easy. You're still young, that's your fault. There's so much you have to know. Find a girl and settle down. If you want it, you can marry. Look at me. I'm old, but I'm happy. I was once like you are now, and I know that it's not easy to be calm when you found something's going on. But take your time and think a lot. Think of everything you got, or you will still be here tomorrow, but your dreams may not. How can I try to explain? When I do, you turn away again. It's always been the same old story. From the moment I could talk, I was ordered to listen. Now there's a way, and I know that I have to go away. I know I have to go. It's not time to make a change. Just sit down and take it slowly. You're still young, that's your fault. There's so much you have to go through. Find a girl and settle down. If you want her, you can marry. Look at me, I am old, but I'm happy. All the times that I cried, keeping all the things I knew inside, but it's hard, it's harder to ignore it. If they were right, then I'd agree, but it's them, they know, not me. Now there's a way, and I know that I have to go away. I know I have to go. Well, you know, I like to start with a song service. Good to see you, Memes of Destruction. I'm going to talk for a little while. And listen, as much as I like and respect almost everyone that comes around here, I'm sorry, Vash. You know, it's very difficult for me to pick things and to talk about them. I shouldn't say that. Let me rephrase it. Strike that. Let me rephrase it. It's very difficult for me to talk about things that you pick. It's hard. I don't, it's the passion is either there or it's not there. I can manufacture passion. But you faithful few, you band of brothers, you would know manufactured passion from your beloved ogre. We're family now. We're close. Sometimes a friend standeth closer than a brother, and you, my beloved constant viewer, you are closer to me than any brother could be. I love freedom. I want nothing more than for you to be free. This is the one video that I'll do that I wish would get 1 million views. Not for my own pride, not for any kind of bragging rights or for the ogre to be able to say, look at me. hadn't had huge views on anything, but, we had Sargon on that one time. They get 25,000 views, I believe, on that video, and that was me. 25,000 people saw me. What did I care for that? Nothing. It was a conversation amongst friends that we let you in on. This thing means something to me. It's more important than any kind of palpitation of ego. It's far exceeding any single human being's desire to be pumped up and bloated and pushed out beyond their means and their ability to withstand the pushing. I love freedom, my friends. I would rather die than give up my freedom. I'm not saying that lightly. I would rather die. I don't want to die. That is a fact. But I want to lose freedom less. What happened? I went up to a little pub that just opened up recently. It's been there for a while. They call it Bare Ass Beach. That's been the name of that beach for a long time. And now it's the Hook. And it was the Hook, and the Hook closed down. The Hook opened back up, and the new owner's real cool. And he actually put a little pub in there. I was up there having a beer, and I ran into an excellent gentleman. We'll call him Mr. S. An excellent gentleman. Trump supporter. Wasn't afraid to use the N word or any other word that he wanted to use. Wasn't afraid of it. Probably in a lot of ways, what people would point to and say, this is the racist white man. No, 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 no. This is the hardworking, shrewd investing white man that doesn't give a fuck if you're a nigger, a kike, a wop, a spick. He doesn't give a fuck what you are. You're all that to him. What he cares about is to be able to engage in commerce, use the money that he's earned through shrewd investment to invest more. I could see it on his face as he was doing his business today. He had a coffee. I offered him a beer. I got a pitcher, and I didn't need a pitcher of beer. I offered him a beer. And today we are drinking Rex Goliath, the 47-pound giant. Excellent Merlot and Cabernet Sauvignon, if you didn't know. Mm. And it looks like a regular bottle of wine in my hands. It's a huge bottle of wine, but it looks like a regular one because I'm fucking huge. Mm. And I got to thinking, it was Mr. S. I kind of went into preacher mode. I did. He was conveying some things that out of respect for Mr. S, I'm not even going to mention what we were talking about today. I highly doubt he would ever see this, but for whatever reason, I'm not even going to mention it. But my mind kept circling, kept going round and around and around. And what it came back to every time was freedom. What would a man give for his freedom? What would you give, dear viewer? My beloved brother, my wonderful sister, what would you sacrifice for a moment of freedom? How hard would you fight against a lifetime of incarceration, degradation? We human beings have gone crazy. We put people in jail for selling things. Yeah, and whatever. They're things like heroin, and oh my goodness, I can already hear MCJK with his big old stick jammed so far up his ass. He doesn't know that it's not wrong to do heroin. There's nothing wrong about it. He's so ignorant. He is so programmed to the state. He is so bought in to this ridiculous, shall we call it, right-wing Republican ideal that he can't see. I know lefties that are far left, that are much, much, much less myopic than MCJK. One of them I could mention. I'm not going to mention him right now because that's nothing to do with it. Right, left, nothing to do with it. Those are your opinions. They're your thoughts, your ideas. These are things that you hold true to yourself. These are not things that you impose on someone if you are a decent person. If you're a scumbag, you say you can't buy heroin, you can't buy cocaine, you can't buy marijuana. That's your scumbag. You can't buy it. You can't use it. Now, you've done nothing wrong. You haven't stolen anything from me in order to procure said drugs, but you can't do it. You're a scumbag. You're a freedom hating piece of shit, MCJK. You need to grow up. You need to realize that you have allowed your freedom of choice, your freedom of interpretation to be usurped by your own words by a court. You must be kidding me. And look, I could bash MC all day because he's a moron and it's easy to do. I mean, he's one of these well-educated morons, don't get me wrong. He knows shit about laser beams and whatnot, and he does know how to shift blame really well. But when it comes to taking personal responsibility, he's garbage. He's not good at all. Um, Boy, I tell you something. Uh, I miss Cabbage Patch Bastard more every day. I really do. Boy, there was logic. I'm getting ready to harvest. I don't want to digress right now. Let me stay on this and I'll get to this final thing. And I'm getting the fuck out of here. I got to work. I got things to do. It's unfortunate. I wish I could go on a little bit longer than 20 minutes, but I do my best. I just a little song and say a few words. What would you sacrifice to avoid a life of incarceration? How hard would you fight to not go to prison for life? Fools would say, well, society must be society, and they have put these laws in place. And are you kidding me? You put a law in place that says if you traffic certain consumables, if you will, if you traffic in certain commodities, then you're selling contraband and you must go to prison for 20 years. This isn't something to deter. This is something to simply punish. It's penitentiary, not reformatory. There's a big difference. This is where I would be considered the lefty, right? This is where morons, like people I've already mentioned, would say, well, you're a lefty. I'm a lefty because I believe that I have the right to freedom and the pursuit of happiness. I could not believe that. There's no way in the world I would ever tell you what to eat, what to drink. I don't care if it's Drano or a filet mignon. You can do whatever you want. I am on the side of assisted suicide. If you want to kill yourself, go to the doctor and kill yourself. Stop using guns because they add it to the number of people killed by guns every year, and you're making us fucking look bad, you morons. You're raising it from 0.003 to 0.07, you dumb cocksuckers. So stop it. Because we would rather, the numbers of people killed by guns be people killed by guns that someone else was holding, not people killed by guns they were holding. If you and look, like I said, I believe freedom. If you want to kill yourself, go fucking kill yourself. I don't want you to. Don't misconstrue this. This is not an advocation for suicide. No more than I would advocate for abortion. But if you want an abortion, go get an abortion. Call it what it is, though, you murderer. If you want to murder an unborn child, just call it what it is and go get it done. Freedom. I don't know why I mentioned that because, to be honest, I don't think that's freedom because you are actually murdering a human being that has been made. I mean, goodness gracious, I would never want someone to do that to me before I was born. So here it is. Here it is, simply and plain. Here it is for 4 people to hear live and a handful of others to hear later. You are responsible for you. I'm responsible for me. You can't change that fact. You can make things that I do illegal. I can make things that you do illegal. Neither one of us would be moral for doing that. As a matter of fact, I would strongly argue that anytime you enforce a law of conscience, remember that, a law of conscience a law of conscience as opposed to common law, which is don't kill, don't steal. It's don't harm, don't steal. If you want to get very focused, because I was going to add don't hurt, but it's just don't hurt, don't steal, because you have to hurt somebody to kill them. We are giving up our ability of self-governance. We're being usurped by a load of lily-livered, limp-dicked pussies. Oh, they want you to care if somebody uses a racial slur, unless it's honky. They want you to care if somebody's oppressed and if they're not, getting every benefit they possibly could from the government, unless it's a poor white man. Things are being turned around. The zeitgeist is changing. The common view is being perverted. We're being manipulated to the point where brother will be fighting brother, and it will be worse than the Civil War we had in 1870s. It'd be much worse. Wake up, folks. Wake up. Don't do anything to anyone else that you wouldn't want done to you. I'll go a step further. Do to other people the things that you would have done to you. Anybody remember that? Does that sound familiar? We used to call it the golden rule. Now it's simply whoever has the gold makes the rules. I have a message for you demagogues. I have a message for you merchants of death. I have a message for you media manipulators at Alphabet, Google, and YouTube. You can all suck my Jew cock and be good to your friends, be good to your family members, be good to your loved ones. Be quick to say you're sorry. Be even quicker to accept an apology, especially when that thing your friend, your family member, your loved one has done seems to be so huge you'll never be able to forget about it. Because memes of destruction, my God, fearing brother from another mother, at a time you think not. Your friends, your family members, your loved ones, your life, and your nemesis, MCJK, will depart from you.